Fireworks. Spot on. Check that out. No, no. Spot on. No, all the no. I know what y'all been thinking out there too, and I'm not having none of it. So you cut it out. Yeah, cut it out. Not having it right now. This is our time of the day, man. Listen, no, stop it, stop it. All you stop it out there. Wait, no, love y'all. Yes, stop it too. No, I'm not gonna hurry up. You're gonna spend 10 minutes right here. I know you've been wasting a lot of times doing all different stuff anyway, so waste 5 minutes here if you can. You wanted the time to hurry up when you're in your 16 and 17, didn't you? You wanted to get big. Yeah, I know. You wanted to get from 16 to 20. Yeah, you wanted to get every day you wake up. Oh, I wish I was 20. And every day you wake up, you were 16. And you were 16, you're like, oh, no, it started at 11. Oh, man, I can't wait till it's 16 so I can get this pretty dress. And it's going to look like a parachute when I got it on, but it'll be okay so long as it's purple and pink. I don't know. Figure it out. We're going to spend this time together, whether you realize it or not. I know. Who is this guy? Who are you asking me? Who am I? You am I. Remember, we cover this conversation all the time. I am you, you are I. So it goes that way. Yes, you want it from 15, from 10, you want it to be 16. You want to be a fairy flying around the sky with holding on to unicorns and the wings. Yeah, you wanted to. And oh yeah, they wanted to take the S off of Superman and put on their feet like two different symbols. No, 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 no. When you're 15, no. When you're 6, when you're 10 or 11, and you wanted to take off the Superman, the symbol, and put on the bottom of your feet, because that's so you want to be macho, so you can fly out of space. I don't know. You try to shoot some rocket. I don't know, fire it off like a rocket. I don't know. But girls think different. They want the 16 so they can fly around it. And the clouds in their room too is supposed to be pink. And no, they don't like yellow that much at that age. Everything is two colors. It's pink and purple. And you never seen a unicorn flying around on the clouds in their room? Well, when they're in their 16 and 15 and they go to a room and they get a sip of that love potion that I don't know underneath. No, they don't put it on a blanket because mom will find it. They put the bottle of love potion underneath the decks that they do work, and they put something on top of it, like so it looks like something of some sort that can set on. But that's not the point. The point is they get a sip of that and put their favorite song in, and then the unicorn in their mind fly out like a genie, and in the same time there's clouds in their room, but the clouds it's pink, and if the door is open or the window, like the tooth fairy flying too. Yeah, I mean all of it. I know, but boys, guys, yeah, they got Superman and Batman carved on their bottom of the like. So I don't know. They put it so they can shoot off like a rocket. I'm trying to figure it out, just like you trying to figure it out. We both in the same situation. East, West, North, and South fireworks. My name is Taz. Let's go through the valleys and the terrains of the mountains, through the winding and turning curves and the monstrous hills. the Great Smoky Mountain, into the towns and the small surrounding city of this historic land with many history of the place and the people. It's also a place that many call home. When I say many call home, like if you're living in a certain part of the world and you have to wake up at 5 in the morning, and maybe your family run a farm with cows, and you have there to take those cows like a couple miles away possible. What if they are sheep and you have to wake up at 4 in the morning and take the sheep out to where they go? What if they have to take a bus and the bus don't run and there's limited supply there for family? And what if they have to walk half a mile? No, some have to walk 5 miles after accomplishing their morning chores, and it's probably starts at 4 in the morning. People are corners of the world. It's interesting, and girls are different. Maybe girls had to wake up at 5 in the morning too and wash their clothes. No telling how that store is, and then hang their clothes out and hope it dries before 7 o'clock in the morning so they can go to school, or so they can go to school at 7. And the girls, because girls' chores are different, maybe those girls had to carry water from their stream to their home for drinking. Maybe, well, say if you're living in Europe and it's cold, maybe they have to go out early in the morning with the cows and milk the cows, and then come back home, set the milk out for distribution for the community, and then that child probably has to get themselves a tire for class at 8 o'clock. Maybe in Europe class starts at 8. I don't know. It's in Africa. I would have to look that one up. But what if you're in the Caribbean? It's different. You probably have to, and you don't get water. Maybe you have to get water before you attend school. And what if you're like in, say, Poland? That would be different too. And you're somehow in the countryside where electricity is not of the highest demand, or it's in section off in a certain parts. People are corners of the world. So when you say that, when we elaborate on that some more, that's the journey of people, corners of the world. What about, because guys, it's different, they probably have to do different chores, and ladies have to do different chores, but we don't really know that part that they. I only can speculate on what they possibly do. I do, yes. And for that part, all corners of the world, a section where possible light, possible water, possible they have to get coal, probably use or kerosene at a certain point, and they probably start their fire maybe at 6 in the morning to get it up going, and by that time the parents, the mom and the dad, are off, one to farming, one probably to some kind of domestic home work in a certain area, and maybe the daughter or the son is responsible for his own breakfast or situation like that after sorting out the farm and then attending school. And then after school is over, then the situation where it's the situation that's happened is like they come home and then sort pick up back from where they left off in that situation. So you I only can speculate on people or corners of the world, and I hope it's a story that others can connect to, because each and every one journey is just completely different. And so there is the kid right now that's possibly a doctor that came up from that situation where, from that corners of the world where it probably was up at 4 in the morning, had to do with cow farming, milk supplying the community possible before venturing out. Now and then another corners of the world, there is a kid that possible parents are doing something of this sort, not necessarily a farm, but could be a business that they walk 5 miles or 2 miles to go open that business up and supply, and that kid attend with them to open the business up in the morning, get it started, walk back home and get himself ready, attend school, finish school, returning back home, undressing, and then possible putting on the proper uniform or clothes to assist with the parents at that store that he participates in helping them opening this morning. So people, corners of the world. When I say people, corners of the world, that's some of the different aspect, and that's some of the different areas that we we people travel through, and say it's in some part of Europe where there is water is not of the, you know, so prevalent so much, and so maybe that lady or that girl, she has to get the water from the spring or from the lake, take it home, help with breakfast for the family, complete that chore with breakfast, and home chore that she has to do, possible clean and a little bit and breakfast, get herself together, and then venture out in school, completing school, coming home back, picking up back while mom is possible doing or working on different ideas to make an income suitable for the family, and that's probably out into a different business aspect of working to achieve a goal for them. So the journey for that family is not only unique, but it's also great to see. I admire that kind of challenging. So when I say people, corners of the world, just want to draw your imagination extended over there for a minute to see, and so you can understand the structure of this. And so that child or lady or son or daughter becomes come here and build a business of some sort. And sometimes it takes, and sometimes it's family like that that been through that also become a cornerstone of our little community and of our little city. So that's been said. This this is how this story goes, and this is part of the story. So when I say through the hills and the terrains of the country, through the winding turn and curves on the monstrous hills of the great Smoky Mountain of this country, it's the same through the turn and curves of their growing up, of how they grew up, the turn and the curves, the corner, and all these different aspects that they go through. It's like a corners and curves. And the curves sometimes are obstacles, the corners are sometimes obstacles. Sometimes it's a story, a journey within a journey, a story within a story. Where is the manual? Yes, I know. I want the dream. Yes, I know. You be like, go get it yourself. That's fine. And that's where the scars comes in from that journey, possible. These are your neighbors. These are your friends. These are the store clerk. These are the student. These kids, these parents, and these kids are in school right now with that sort of culture and with that sort of heritage that they share. It's a continuing. continuation of that trait in that. And that trait started 50 years ago, possible, in their family in the mountainside with a farm of 3 or 4 cows and two too few chickens. That point, and that's the tradition is there sitting, and that character that develops from that. It's a part of your community right now. It's a part of your county. It's a part of your town. It's a part of your city. So when I say through the hills and the terrains of the Appalachian Mountains into the towns and small surrounding cities, this is the culture of millions that exist around the world, and that's a part of the diversity sculpture. And that is just small example of the diversity sculpture and how you can get a little clear picture of the people that you're working with and is a part of your culture and a part of here. So when I wanted to say yo, hello in English, and hello in English, and yo, hello in Jamaican, and hola, hello in Spanish. Those are, namaste, hello, mean just to cruise and just to enlighten. Bonjour, hello in French, xin chào, hello in Vietnamese, ni hao, hello in Chinese, mahaba, marhaba, salaikum salam. When I say konnichiwa, shio, oyenki desu ka, oyenki desu ka, ¿cómo estás? Application now. Ni hao mo. ¿Cómo te lo vu? Naslin. ¿Cómo va? To the family and friends, thank you so much for tuning in and be a part of this culture, this family. Yes, through the valleys and the terrains of the mountains, the country, through the winding turn and curves and the monstrous hills of the Great Smoky Mountain, into the town and the small surrounding cities of this land with its people and its place. It's also a place that many call home. People are corners of the world. People are corners of the world who somehow find their home here in the Smokies, which transform each and every one to be a part of the core of a county, a town, a city, a state, and a country. How remarkable is this time? How remarkable is this story? A multi-race agenda is a part of our daily success. And I had a a thought, an idea, and I think about the different genders, and I try to understand to myself it's a different way of thinking. It's a different way, and it questioned myself to say, what's their thoughts? What is their thoughts, and what are their pictures of life? What are their pictures of existence? That's just a thought that came to my. I, I wake up and I thought, what are their outlook and why their outlook are being and why they form the idea to demonstrate their outlook. It's not a bias and it's not right or might. That's just the thoughts of, wow, I'll try what their outlook to see because the Bible is every a foundation of our existence. So is there like maybe somehow a gap of some sort came in between and it's just not like the preaching uh, was somehow what that was just a thought, that's just an idea, for you know when you see a kid grow up and the kids are so much different in every aspect. When I sat there and I watched the kids playing on the playing ground, and I think to myself, which one of these kids are going to be responsible for the way of life tomorrow? And it's the same idea I came up with. Which one of these kids are going to be thinking about, are going to make in the rules, and how they're playing at this time with no boundaries. So no matter where in the world you are, and you have a daycare, a family care, a care center, and you can look at all your kids playing and together, and you can think, and which one of these kids will going to be responsible for your tax or your making a decision about your life, your care in the community? Because a community is the country. The country is the representative of a community, and the community is there in every part of this world. So, which one of these kids are going to be responsible for a visa, export, import, logistics, transportation? Which one of these kids are going to be responsible for? So, when I grasp at the idea and I just try to share that with you to see what's your thoughts on it, not more and more open feeling of attribution to the thoughts, a more open attribution to the thoughts of they're playing without no boundaries, but in growing up, there will become a boundaries, and although no at that time, and they were playing there together, and and it's interesting. It's interesting. Now, picture different characters from this sort and the image that I just left leave with you with them playing, not having no boundaries, all different parts of the world, and all different parts of the world kids have different creativeness and they're playing too. And that character grows up, that kid grow up from there, if it's in Europe, grows up, and when they grow up, they're doing and demonstrating their daily chores in a different way. I mean, the farm possible, open the corner store for mom and dad with mom and dad before going to school and coming home, get themselves ready, go to school, maybe possible, I don't know, take lunch with them or not, depends on how it's set up. If their schooling system is like here in the States, it's different. And those characters grow up and come here and be a part of here and becomes a part of this here. And now we had that, but those family that was kids that was there playing on this playground here is they're the one that grew up and made the decision and how to get that kid from over there, open door of possibility, so that kid can be here in the community with the grown kids that was there playing on the playground here, and at the same time playing on the playground here have become grown up men and women and living next door to each other. I say we all give back to a community. It may not be in pennies, it may not be in cents, it may not be in shillings, it may not be in pounds, it may not be in coins, it may not be digital, it may not be in a check, it may not be is how you think it would be or should be given back. But if we are here to serve each other, we also give to each other in an indirect way. In an indirect way, we all serve each other. We all give back to each other. We can only identify the free gift of life in minutes, moments, and seconds. This time, this now is priceless. Sound and possibly look low in cost, but high in value. What a story. If you think you've seen the best of you now, wait until you see the better of you. It will be priceless, and it is priceless. This is priceless, and this moment is priceless. What is this? What is this moment? What is this time? It's got everything. It's got happiness, it's got sadness, it has joy, and it has beauty. It has abundance of love, and it's not just it's the indirect love. It's the indirect love. It's the indirect way of approaching, but it's love. Now let's look at it this way: is it love? Is it like? Is it what's after love? Because remember, enjoy, we like, and we love. What is beyond love? Yes, I've wrote the other thing next to that. We build as a nation, we grow as a nation, we fight as a nation, we destroy as a nation, and rebuild as a nation. But this is not only for here. This is your home. This is your family. You build together, you fight together, you grow together, you share the culture together, you destroy each other and rebuild each other. So it's a general, it's what we do. But enjoy, like, love. What's beyond that? What's beyond that? What's beyond love? What is beyond love? What is beyond love? How is big is the gap? What's beyond love? Today, After saying, I want the dream, after saying, I want the dream, how did you finish this day? How strong are you today after knowing this and feeling this through your body, to you? The past core, the now core, and the present core. Through the hills and terrains of the Appalachian Mountains, through the winding turn and curves on the monstrous hills of the Great Smoky Mountain, into the towns and the small surrounding city of this historic land with history of the people and monuments, history of the place. These men and women was that possible. The Mayflower was the farmer kids that possible helped with the cows, that possible helped with the farm. They had to be they had to be resilient and strong. They had to be strong. They had to be. They had to be the strong, those strong kids, those that man and woman and those kids that was plowing the farm, and their dads was the plumber and the guardman and the home builder, the carpenter, the janitor. Those were some strong, had to be in strong, had to be, had to be in strong, had to be. Those guys had to be the son of the farmer, son of the farmer of the farms, and of the digging and ditch and wells and building. Those was the sons of men who built great homes. Yes, build great homes, build great buildings, build great monuments. For them to carve such a vessel that could transport and retain and maintain the, I don't want to say abuse, the maintain a steady firmness of on the voyage. Had to be, had to be, had to be, had to be the had to be the farmers. They built possible rollways. They built different homes. They built they carved the earth to bring forth fruit for life, and they carve the earth today in continually bringing forth life. They had to be. Had to be. Their dads was builders. Their dads was the farm man that owned acres possible. They had to own big farm, was able to sustain a certain period of time without food possible, water, was able to survive like that. They had to carve up such a vessel. Their dads had to build and create, and that was in their, even for the ladies that was there had to be farm ladies that helped with the cows and kept the family together while the exploration of this was in discovery. So it only makes sense for the diversity sculpture to exist because this is how it exists. This is the existence of it. Isn't it funny how a football soccer field is like the four corners of the world? Isn't it funny how it's like the four corners of the world and it's like the different countries and gender race that plays. It's like with the 11 different players with 11 different language playing from the four corners of the world in the four corners of the world. In the four corners of the world, from the four corners of the world, speaking 11 different languages from all corners of the world. And they bring the soil to the field with them, and they take back soil from the different countries that play with them back to their home. The same kids that are playing in the playground are the same kids that played on that playground. Fireworks. My name is Taz. My name is Taz. I know. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I could not help that to love saying that and love understanding and the place and the position that it puts us through the valleys and the terrains of the country, through the winding turn and curves of the monstrous hills of this country, into the towns and the small surrounding cities of your state, of your state, of your state. You know, it's from your state, from their providence, from their parish, from their district, from their town, from their area or region to hear, see why we're one of the brave ones. The possible was the one who created and made the field for the players to play on. They probably swung wood. They would probably enjoy baseball because they swung wood. They'd probably enjoy cricket for us here to play on the field they carved. See, maybe, maybe they were farmers. Maybe they were builders. Their fathers, their generation of those voyagers. Through the hills, the terrains, the mountains, through the winding turn and curves on the monstrous hills, Great Smoky Mountain, into the towns and the small surrounding city of this historic land with many history of the place and its people. It's also a place that many call home. People, corners of the world, have somehow find their home here. This is in every country. This is when you go to play football or baseball or basketball around the world and you find yourself in a community and people, corners of the world, call it home. And that's what you call it, is home, not just here. People, corners of the world, some will call it home. People, corners of the world, have somehow called it home, which transform each and every one to be a part of a county, a district throughout the world, even if you're just there for a year, a week, 6 months, even if you're on just business, building, creating, grasping, drawing, whatever it is, you are become a part of that area or district. Fireworks. My name is Taz. Hope you'd enjoy. Hope you had enjoy. Hope you had enjoy. Hope you had enjoyed this. I am you. You are me. I'm your fan. You are my fan. Yeah.